guys, welcome to the Tar Series 7. I'm reviewing this, which is the Marvel Legends series, Bro 4 Wave Vision. So really cool, really blessed to be on this today. And I actually went to a GameStop a couple months ago, and I saw this figure, and I was thinking about picking it up, because I didn't have this version of Vision, and it also includes the newer Stormbreaker that's more accurate to the movie, but ultimately I didn't end up picking it up, and I went back there today, and they still had it. And it surprised me because I haven't been there in months, and I would have figured that they would have sold it by now because pretty much all of the Bro 4 wave was a little hard to find, and I didn't expect to see this, like I was saying. But when I got there, it was actually on sale too, so I only ended up paying for around $7 for this thing because I used some coupons too, so that's not too bad. And yeah. As you can see, we got a nice clear view of Vision in box with the Stormbreaker and Bro 4. Now, this set's from Captain America Civil War. This was actually released in an Avengers Endgame wave, but because Vision didn't appear in that movie, they put Captain America Civil War's appearance. Personally, I don't get why they didn't use Infinity War, but either way, we got some cool artwork of Vision up here. We got the Avengers logo up top. On the back, again, we have some really cool artwork of Vision. We have the bio, and we have the other characters in the wave. So yeah, let's open this up. Now, upon first glance, this looks like the original Toys R Us version of Vision, but when you get closer to him, you can start to see a little bit more detail. He's a little bit clearer, like as opposed to like the darkish metallic green and pink and purple on that figure. This one is more of a translucent color. It's not really showing up translucent on my phone, but you can kind of see it. And the idea here is that it's supposed to replicate the Vision and his phasing form. However, to me, if you notice, the Vision has a little bit of gray on him in the movies. So to me, this actually, even though it's supposed to be more of him phasing, I actually feel this looks a little bit more accurate than the standard version of this figure does. And let's take a look at that face. As you can see, it looks pretty good. You can definitely see where they try to get Paul Bettany's likeness there. We got the Mind Stone up top, and we got the silver on there, which looks pretty good. And then on the back of this cape, I always like this on the Toys R Us one. Again, this is more translucent, and you can see the red and pink detailing going through the cape there, and the gold. It looks nice. And WandaVision's been an amazing show. No spoilers, but it's been amazing. You have the little Vision emblem there on the chest that hooks in with the cape. And then you got the red that goes around it, which looks really nice. And then he has his gold on his little forearms. And again, here you can kind of see where it's more translucent. And really once you get closer to it is when you can kind of start to see that. And then moving down, you can see that more. And then on his boots, he also has a little bit of yellow. And that's really interesting. If we can bring Vision closer, we can look at his articulation. Now, the cloak is actually removable on this one. I did not know that the original one had a removable cloak. Like, my Toys R Us one did not want to come off like that. But here you can take it off if you really want to, and it just kind of pegs in here. I wish the peg was on there a little bit stronger. Maybe if I kind of, like, push it in a little bit more. Okay, so that's a little bit better. But yeah, if you want him, like, without the cloak, you could probably do that. And in terms of articulation, you got a 360 of the head. You can look up and down, 360 of the arms, swing out the shoulder, 360 there. Double joint elbows, 360 of the wrist, and they're on hinges. You got an ab crunch, 360 at torso, legs kick forwards, backwards and outwards, 360 at the thigh, double jointed knees, and then the boots. Do the boots rotate? Not really. The feet move up and down and go side to side. So in terms of articulation, pretty good. And I always thought this Vision figure from Toys R Us, I always thought that was one of the best figures that came out in the Infinity War wave. And I was really happy to see they re-released that 2-pack, because that was a great 2-pack. But yeah, here is a comparison with the original Vision that I mentioned. Now, like on camera, they aren't looking too different. This is the one that came out for Infinity War, and as you can see, it's got like more of gold up here, whereas this is more yellow translucent. And I feel like their capes are we're going to be able to see most difference. You can see this is more gold, this is more lighter colors, and then moving down like on his body, you can see this is like darker, it's got shading, whereas this is more gray. And this is the one that's supposed to be more movie accurate, and I do feel that this is movie accurate for the most part. Like, I felt this was a great Vision figure when it came out, and I always hated that it had a limited run, so I'm really happy that they made this thing super easy to get now. But on one hand, I kind of feel this Vision is a little bit closer to the movies, because Vision does have a little bit of lighter colors on him in some areas, a little bit of gray almost, like on this figure in the show, and then also like his lighter red and kind of like pinkish colors are a little bit more vibrant on this figure, and kind of more noticeable, kind of like how he appears in some scenes in some of the movies. So that's kind of interesting. To me, again, this is like the one that's supposed to be movie accurate. This kind of looks a little more movie accurate, even though that's not what they were going for with this. This is just supposed to be the phasing. I still think they did a good job on both of these figures, though. And I think if you have this one or you have this one and you're debating, there isn't too much of a difference, but they are pretty cool. And yeah. Now, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a second reason for picking this up. and that is to get Stormbreaker. I'm not really interested in building Bro 4, but this Stormbreaker is actually more accurate to the one that appears in Infinity War and Endgame than we got with the Infinity War version of 4. And as you can see, it's a lot longer. It's got more of kind of like the slim handle. It's got the wooden here of Groot, and then you can see the silver on it, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to compare it really quickly with the Stormbreaker that we got from the Infinity War toy line. And this was a great Stormbreaker. Like, this one's very detailed, it's very big, it's bigger than this new one, but it's not 100% accurate to the movie, and because of that, I kind of prefer this one, because this one's more movie accurate. So, let's put that over here. I'm going to hit pause real quick. And here we have 4 with the more accurate version of Stormbreaker. As you can see, pretty cool. And like I said, the handle is a lot thinner. It's not as nicely made as the first one, but to be honest, this is how it looks in the movie. So even though it looks a little bit weaker than this one, this is how it's supposed to look. And I do really like that. And then here's a comparison with this Vision with 4. And as you can see, they look pretty good. And I'm going to move 4 out of there really quickly. Here's another comparison with the Vision. Like, I know I've shown them in detail, but just so you can kind of see them standing beside each other a little bit. And then here's a comparison with Iron Man from the first Avengers movie, as you can see there. And yeah, just overall, I think this is pretty cool. This is definitely one of the action figures from this wave I'd wanted the most, mainly for that Stormbreaker piece, because while I didn't mind the old Stormbreaker and I thought it was great, I do like having the one that kind of fits the movies accurately a little bit better. I know they're probably going to re-release that version of it when the next 4 movie comes out, but either way, I think it looks really cool. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.